Hello everyone, welcome to another video blog here on All About You. Well, new month, new series. As you know, every month we try to bring you a topic that we can develop, and this month is not going to be different. So I'm not alone, I'm here with Haikel.
Hello.
And Haikel, we are bringing them something interesting this month, right?
That's true, Mott. We are starting a new month, and you know, month of February, we always speak about love life. And this month, Mott, is not going to be different. We're going to be talking about this topic, which, you know, sometimes we think that we know about everything, but when we realize there are a lot of tips we can get to know about it. And this month, this is what we're going to be speaking about.
Yes, and we're not here alone in studio today. Today we're joined by two lovely ladies who are going to give us their opinion and their idea of love. So I would like you to welcome Amelia and Samantha. Say hello to everybody.
Hello. Hi.
So let everybody know, how old are you and what is your relationship status?
Like she said, my name's Amelia, I'm 24 and I'm single.
She's single.
My name's Samantha, I'm 28 and I'm single but interested in someone.
We all want to know, but we won't put her on the spot. We will not put you on the spot and ask you, who is this party that you're interested in? So girls, as we're talking about love, help us get into your minds. What is love for you?
I mean, when you were asking me on stage, I was thinking, love, what is love? What is love? But you know, sometimes nowadays it's so overused. So when thinking about it, one of the main things that I thought of was this. It's when two people who, they make a decision to actually share part of themselves together. I think love is a very deep word, which is overused. For example, you can meet someone for the first time, you start getting to know them and you say, I love you. But I don't think that's really love. I think love is something that takes time to discover. I think love is something that you give on both sides, and you're not selfish, you give not expecting anything back, and it's also an investment. So again, like you guys are saying, February is the month of, you know, love, and everyone's going to be saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. But I think the word itself and how we use it, it's very overused, and it's a lot more deeper. So for me, love is something that can only be shared with the right person, and it can't just be taken for granted. It's a well thought thing. You make certain decisions. I think love can also go through very difficult situations, and according to that, it really defines what it is between the two people. So yeah.
She has it well thought out. She definitely has figured out in her mind what love is. What about you, Sam?
I believe that love for me is about giving. It's not receiving, but more giving, like ready to sacrifice for somebody else, ready to give up your will, your desires, and sometimes it's about compromising. So I think love is something that, as Amelia was saying, is overrated, and because everyone uses it. But I think true love is when you're ready to give up yourself for somebody else, and ready to give up your own desires, your own will, the things that you want to do in order to make somebody else happy.
Now girls, I have a question that you're not going to see coming, because I didn't tell you I was going to ask this question, but it's very interesting that we explore this, because you guys are single and now it's February, we're going to get Valentine's Day, and people are going to be receiving gifts and cards,
flowers,
chocolates. Exactly. And when you're single, maybe you know other people who are dating, and you get to see them go out, and it's Saturday and you're at home alone. So how do you handle that pressure of comparing yourself to other people, seeing other people in love, and knowing that, well, you're still by yourself? How do you deal with that?
Do you want me to go first? Well, I think if I was to look back years back, like let's say three years back, I was the type of person to be like, oh my gosh, I don't have anyone to share this month with, but you know, because it's that emotional time of the year where you see everyone with someone, and you kind of want, even if you don't think about it, it's just that thing that everyone's going through that way. But now, I think throughout the years, I've kind of matured and thought through things in a different way.
What's helped you mature?
For example, I personally go to a place where I receive counselling and advice.
Tell us more about this place.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Love Talk Live. And there, it's like you really learn a lot about the word love. And especially around this time of the year. I think when I first started attending these the seminars, I kind of started to understand the true meaning of love. So when it came to the month of February, when it came to the Valentine's Day, it wasn't much of like a month that I would be really, I would feel alone, or I would feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have anyone, no one's gonna give me flowers. It just became like a normal day, which in reality is a normal day. And whatever that person or that couple's given to each other, it's something that should be happening anyway. So I would say that today I'm not someone who feels a bit, you know, alone on this day, or upset, or I can't deal with that day, or I want to stay away, or stay, you know, you have people that stay closed in their house the whole day because they don't want to confront this, or every shops you go into, there's teddy bears, there's hearts and everything.
I remember, I'm gonna cut you, sorry. I remember at school when I used to see everybody receiving presents on Valentine's Day, and I wouldn't get a present. I'd be so frustrated. So the following Valentine's Day, you know what I did? I sent a present to myself. And I was like, Moti, anonymous delivery for you. Like, oh my gosh! It came from me.
That was creative.
So you see the kind of desperation that we fall into at this time of the year when we are not according to the norm, right? And you, Sam, you are interested in someone. So obviously, your mind, I'm sure, goes to this person this time of the year and stuff. So how do you kind of go over that fact? You know, kind of, he's not in my life yet. I need to wait. I need to forget about this. How do you deal with the pressure?
I think for me...
Or do you give into it?
No, I think for me, it's more about occupying myself, especially in this time. And just like Amelia was saying about the Love Talk Live, that place also helped me to occupy my mind and also understand the meaning of love and waiting for the right person. So I think that one way that helped me, like, can I say, helped me to kind of overcome this was occupying my mind instead of like sitting home and watching those movies or sitting like looking at people. I tried to occupy it with different things so that I wouldn't feel that. I think when we're in situations, we obviously feel like that. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm alone, I don't have anyone. But I think when you occupy your minds with other things, I don't know, maybe find your girlfriends that are also single.
So you avoid triggers.
Yeah, to try and avoid it. So I think that's one way that helped me too.
I think we can see, Moti, that they are learning very well about love life.
Yeah.
They are learning how to deal with anxiety or when these feelings come. And this is really good. I'm sure you have been receiving a lot of good counseling and advice about this topic. But now we are going to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to give our opinion about love.
Yes.
See you soon.
Hi everyone, I'm James.
And I am Helena.
Join us here every Saturday at 3 p.m. for Love Talk.
The show that teaches you how to love intelligently.
On my channel, Sky 203.
See you there.
Love Talk on my channel, Sky 203. Every Saturday, 3 p.m.
Hello everyone, we are back talking about love.
The topic is good, right?
Yeah, all about love this month. And as you know, sometimes outside, Moti and girls, especially us girls, we watch a lot of romantic movies. And usually what we see in there, you see the girl always expecting the right or perfect man who's gonna make her happy.
Yeah,
That's it.
I have a lot of experience with romance movies and romance novels. I think I grew up on romance movies and romance novels from the age of 12. So I would from the age of 12, I started reading, I think they even from here, Mills and Boone series. And so, in my mind, I had one idea that was brought on by what I was reading and what I was watching on movies of what love is, and that was someone who was just, I remember, I had my long list. He was gonna make me laugh so hard. He was going to take care of me. He was never gonna hurt me, and if he hurts me, he's gonna apologize, and he's gonna apologize, in grand style like they do on movies, like with roses. I still have the scene from the movie Pretty Woman where he rides down with the limousine and he's got flowers and he's screaming, Vivian! I imagine someone doing that for me one day.
But you see, in these movies, in this experience we have along the way, you never see people looking at themselves and thinking, am I the right person to someone? Am I ready to make someone else happy? And before the break, some of you were talking about this, that you have been learning that love is not about receiving, but about giving. I don't know, who was it? Was it Amelia?
Yeah.
You were speaking about this, right?
Because it's like, it's funny you're saying this, because when you think about it, in films, everything is about the other person. It's like, no, but you have to forgive, and and all this stuff. So, and it kind of makes us women, especially women, because it's that time of the month again, if we're talking about the month of February, we're a bit emotional, and you kind of led on to that's how you're supposed to feel. So in most films, it kind of leads you to that. But in reality, one of the things that we were learning in Love Talk Live is that it's kind of intelligent as well. Love is intelligent, so you think intelligently. If I give, I know that consequently I will receive back through that person, but you're not even expecting it. But in films, it's like everything, it's no, but I did this first, and you were supposed to do this back. It's just like almost like a demand.
Oh, there is that culture of expecting to receive back for giving.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I forgave you, so now you forgive me. I gave you a present, so now how about you do something nice for me? And one of the most common misconception about love that people have is that love is a feeling, right? Yeah. People, because because films and movies and the way that we see love portrayed, normally it's done in a way that it makes us feel warm inside. So we tend to associate that warmth with love. So when we meet someone, we tend to think, look, I want to feel that warmth all throughout my life. But when you've been with someone, it's like your mom. Your mom is, I don't think there's any greater love than the love of a mom towards a baby. And that love evolves through time. When the mom, when she first meets her baby, when she first holds hello baby in her arm, then there's that warm feeling because it's something new. Oh, my baby, oh, you're finally here. I carried you for 9 months. But after 19 years, you don't walk into the room and your mom, my baby, you're finally here, because then true love evolves, and true love has nothing to do with feelings. It has to do, I think, as you said, it has to do with intelligence, with our mind. True love is a decision that you make towards someone to make them happy.
You know, Motsi, that love outside, we learn in this way, it develops selfishness inside of you. You start thinking that that's how it should be. You should receive. You should be always ready to receive, not to give. But what about the other person? If the other person always think about receiving and not giving, it will never work.
And also, if we are going to be intelligent, if we're going to be intelligent about how we approach things, intelligently, you know that you can never read other people's minds. You cannot foresee. You can't force, and that's what I'm trying to say. You can't force yourself or your influences or your way of thinking on other people. So if your happiness is going to depend on that person, if your happiness is going to lie in that person's hand, someone you don't control, then you're going to be frustrated because you don't have control over your source of happiness. You don't have control over this person that you are giving the power to make you happy. So how is that intelligent? How is that intelligent? If that person is not going to do things the way that you want them to, if they're not going to meet your expectations, this is the reason why we have many divorces. This is the reason why we have many relationships breaking, because expectations are not met, because that person who's your source of happiness is not giving back to you what you need them to give to you. So now the intelligent thing is to have the power in your hands to make yourself happy. And when you make yourself, when you love intelligently, it's when you become happy by making someone else happy. So if you find that person whose happiness is important to you, and you really value this person, and you really want to see this person happy, because if they're not happy, you're not happy. So then you have the power to make that person happy. So the power is in your hands. So that is the intelligent loving.
Yeah, I think you have to learn how to be happy first, because then you're gonna be able to go to a relationship, because you're gonna have something to give. But if you're not happy and you expect, especially in this month of February, to quickly find someone to make you happy, you're just gonna feel frustrated. And I'm sure those who are listening to us and had this experience before, they can prove that. You're not gonna find happiness on the other person. You find happiness within yourself, and after, by giving this happiness and this love to the other person, and the other person doing the same towards you, that's when love truly happens in a relationship.
Go on.
And just like Raquel was saying, that I think is when we value ourselves first, and that's something that I learned as well, is that when I first value myself, I will be able to value someone else, because the value that I have of myself first is the most important thing, and then you'll be able to make someone happy.
And not only will you be able to value someone else, but you'll be able to teach someone to value you. Because you're the one who sets up your boundaries, you're the one who helps people to treat you the way that you want. So if you don't know how to treat yourself properly, you're never gonna find anyone who treats you well. So if you value and love yourself, and you are content with yourself, you're happy with yourself, then you're going to teach someone else through your actions, through your example, how to do the same towards you, right?
And that's it.
Go. They suddenly have a lot to say.
Just one more thing. Just
one more thing. Go on.
Yeah, because a lot of the movies and everything are bringing emotions, and I think that's what's making people feel the way that they feel, and they thinking that love is like this, but love is not like that. The intelligent love is like what we was just speaking about, valuing ourselves, caring about ourselves, and then being able to give it to someone else.
And just 2 quick points on that, you know, on a singles perspective, sometimes we think, oh no, but this doesn't relate to me because I'm single. They're talking about intelligent love. I'm not in love with anyone. But people may be watching this and think, but I'm single. I don't love anyone. But I think the first stage is when you're single, because when you're single, you learn you learn about yourself first of all. I think the worst thing is to find out about yourself in a relationship, and that can be a disaster, because maybe you didn't realize you had certain insecurities, you didn't realize you had certain issues within yourself, jealousy, anything, and you find it when you're in a relationship, and that is the worst thing that can happen. And I think as a single person, it's a time to really invest, find out about yourself. Even you will know yourself, how you will be in a relationship, depending on how you are with your friends, how you are with your family members, how you react towards certain situations. And adding on to what Samantha was saying about movies, I remember I was listening once in, again, Love Talk Live. Movies normally last, what, 1 hour, 45 minutes. And they fit everything in that. In that time frame. For example, they fit the time they found each other, the arguments, till the time they break up and come back again, move countries, and then oh, you're my first love and everything. By the end, everything's happy. But that doesn't happen in real life. And what sometimes we, especially women, it's like we watch a movie and it's like, wow, this is so amazing, this is so romantic, and then we expect it to be like that in real life. Or you're in a relationship and it's like the guy, maybe he did something and you expect him to I don't know, lift you up and take you. So I think in that sense as well, it's something that we have to kind of really think about it. Come on, it doesn't really work like that in real life, and it avoids us from going through that stage of even depression. You know, some women, they get really depressed.
Again, it comes back to your intelligence. intelligence, right? And one thing I would like to correct to all the single ladies out there, you are in a relationship. Actually, the most important relationship, you are in a relationship with yourself, which is a base, a foundation of all other relationships. So that's the relationship that you need to invest in this month of February if you are a single lady. And that's it. Next week we're gonna come back with more, and we're gonna bring you love from another perspective next week. Well, I'll keep it a surprise. I'll keep it a surprise, but join us next week because we're gonna be bringing you love from another perspective. Thank you. That's it for today. Bye.
Bye.